Jessy and I met when I just moved to Los Angeles, and I'd only been living here about a week, and I was living with my friend Brian. And it was like 4 o'clock on a Friday, and he's sort of like, hey, let's go to, I know this place, Cabo Cantina. It's like a great, it's got a great happy hour. We had just walked in the door and we got a drink, and I just remember this gorgeous girl, just seeing her across the room, and she just came right at me.
And we kind of made eye contact, and I went up and approached him.
I was kind of like, wow, who are you? She was like, I'm Jessy.
We talked for, gosh, I think we talked for like an hour. We just had great conversation right off the bat.
She had eyes that were so big, they were like cartoon eyes, like Betty Boop, but they were green.
I thought he was, you know, really cute. He was just a good-looking guy and had a great smile.
She was charming, she was funny, she was beautiful. I was just totally gobsmacked. It was love at first sight. Unfortunately, Jessy didn't feel the same way. I think maybe I drank a little bit too much. I was a little bit nervous, but I sort of came off as a fool, as a real fool to her. Hey guys, hey. It was a pretty tough night for me because I had sort of found the girl of my dreams and lost her all in one night. So the next morning I wake up and I realize that I don't have her phone number. All I know about this girl is that her name's Jessy and that she works at MTV, and I think she works in casting. So I call my friend Kevin Barr, who works at MTV in New York City. Kevin was able to give me about 11 phone numbers of people named Jessy, boy or girl, who work at MTV in Los Angeles. So I call every single one of those numbers. And eventually I find the number, and it's Jessy's machine at work.
I was like, did I get that guy my number? I don't think I gave him my number, and that's really creepy.
You know, I never heard anything back, so I didn't know if I'd ever see her again.
I was creeped out that I did not give him my phone number, and you know, we had left, and I really, really liked him. We had this great connection. So then I thought, oh no, I made the big mistake. He was for real, and I think my voicemail might have deleted the message. So I thought, you know, oh, I wonder if he's on MySpace.
And suddenly this message pops up, and it's got this gorgeous, beautiful girl in the photo box. And then it says, how's LA treating? And that's all it says. But I was so happy to get this because that was her. And we eventually started sort of like quasi-dating, like real touch and go.
I was very focused at the time on my, you know, career.
She would always sort of have weird excuses why she couldn't hang out, like she had to go ride her horse, which was very strange to me because we live in Hollywood. Saying I had to ride my horse always seemed pretty far-fetched to me. Turns out she did own a horse, and she was riding a horse a lot, so I guess that was actually pretty valid.
Every time we'd go on a date, he'd be pretty nervous.
She made me really nervous, always.
And he'd stare at me a lot.
I would pull out every string I knew of, so we could go to red carpet premieres, fancy parties.
He invited me to the movie premiere of Beer Fest.
I wish it were winter. We could make it into ice blocks and skate on it, and then melt it in the springtime and drink it.
I remember he picked me up in the Alpha, and he had the top down, and he pulled up, and I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, he looks so cute. And he kept staring at me the whole, like he was driving and like staring at me the whole time.
I just sort of did anything I could to do to impress her, but I just never really, she never really fell for me. You know, I remember one night I invited her to a premiere after party at the Hollywood Roosevelt. She ended up standing me up, and it was kind of embarrassing. I had told all my friends that she was coming, and so when she didn't, it was a real disappointment.
It was actually a misunderstanding. I would have loved to have gone, but I couldn't.
After that, I kind of gave up. I thought, that's pretty much it, and I should just try and forget about her. Then a few months went by, and I could never get Jessy out of my head. It was always tough, forcing myself not to call her or anything. One night, it was around Christmas. Brian and I had just set up our house for Christmas, and we just decided, you know, we'd had a big day, we had to put up the tree, we're just gonna take it easy and we were gonna watch Elf.
Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God!
Well, suddenly the phone rings and it's Jessy, out of the blue.
I was just like, you know, what's going on, and do you guys want to hang out?
So Brian and I immediately hop up.
They came over in Brian's black Lincoln, and they were dressed up really nice. They had jackets on.
And we took them to the Hollywood Roosevelt, which is actually where Jessy had stood me up.
I just remember thinking, wow, Ron looks really good. And he was different that night. He was much more relaxed. That night, Janae had put her feet up on the glass coffee table, and it broke, it shattered. And this is a very, very nice place. You know, we were all like, and Ron was just very calm, and the waiter came over, and the waiter was pretty rude and kind of pissed about it.
I'm suggesting that you leave before I have to get snooty.
And Ron said that it was his fault. And I think that was kind of the first time, the first moment where I really started falling for him.
But you know, the end of the night came and we said goodbye, and like always with Jessy, I really couldn't read her. She was going to Hawaii the next morning, and I was going to see my parents in Florida, and so that was kind of it for that. It was really nice seeing her, but I didn't think much had changed.
It was Christmas time, and I was talking to my mom, and I showed her all these funny pictures we had taken from the Roosevelt night, and she's like, Jessy, he's really cute.
It was Christmas Eve, and I was sitting watching It's a Wonderful Life.
And I was just thinking about him that night, and I texted him.
And it was probably the best Christmas present I ever got, because I knew when I got that message that maybe I had a shot with Jessy. And before, I really never thought I had. When Jessy and I got back to LA, we started seeing each other and dating very seriously. And I was thrilled about that, but there was always all sorts of dramatic things happening.
I had had a bad accident, bad snowboarding accident.
She broke a bunch of stuff. It was too much for me to keep track of, really.
And he really took care of me.
We had to travel a lot because I had a movie at the time that was in film festivals. At one point, Jessy's apartment accidentally caught fire.
It sped our whole relationship up because we went through this traumatic experience.
One day, we saw this puppy, this gorgeous puppy, and we had to have him. We brought him home, and my landlord said, look, you can't, I don't know what you're thinking, you gotta get rid of the puppy. Well, we weren't gonna get rid of the puppy.
Moving in together at that point, it just, you know, it felt right, and we both were, you know, very much in love.
We got really lucky and found this really wonderful place in Hancock Park in Los Angeles, and we've lived there ever since, and we really love it.
Living together can, of course, be challenging at times.
She puts a lot of pillows on our bed. I don't know why she does this or where it comes from.
Ron gets very aggravated by the pillows.
What I do normally to protest is I will take the pillows, if I go to bed before her, I will take the pillows off my side of the bed, and I will just put them on her side of the bed so she can really see how many pillows there actually are. The only people who see the bed are her and I. So 50% of the people who these pillows are for don't approve. The cats get a little crazy. Sometimes I find them in all sorts of places that they shouldn't be.
He loses everything.
I think that she hides it from me and then just wants to seem like a hero because she knows where it is. I'm not a very good cook.
I don't think he understands how the microwave works. He'll microwave popcorn for literally 8 minutes.
Our favorite thing is really to go to the beach.
Ron loves to boogie board.
It's kind of wimpy. She grew up, I know, with a surfing family, and so boogie boarding's a little.
We love to watch football. I'm a big Chargers fan. He's a big Colts fan. Sometimes that's a problem because they play each other often.
Peyton Manning had his worst career game when the Colts went to San Diego. Hey, it didn't get any better in the postseason when the Chargers went to Indianapolis and won there as well.
I love his smile. I love his laugh. When he really starts laughing, he kind of like squeezes his eyes back, and it just like he goes like it's this very strange noise, but it's really cute.
She's helped me be more like me than I've ever been able to make myself, if that makes any sense.
He is very caring. He's a very good person. I just think has a very good heart.
She really is unlike any girl I've ever met, and I feel like she really is my soulmate. I just can't imagine being with anyone else but Jessy.
You with your looking glass so clean. Who's got you spun out to sea, spun out far from me? I wish for you, I wish for. I wish for you, and my wish came true. Blew out the sky to find your way, but instead all the stars, they glitter just to fade. And I tried to find out what you need, but you are spun out to sea, spun out far from me. I wish for you,